Well, first grade, I can't believe we've made it. We are here, our last full day of first grade, and I am going to read to you the last little bit of Ramona the Brave. It's not very much, just a few pages, but I wanted to save something for our last full day together. And so when we left off, Ramona had made herself a slipper with paper towels and a stapler that she borrowed from Mr. Cardoza upstairs. And she's asked Mrs. Griggs if she can finish kind of working on her slipper instead of doing the Thanksgiving turkey that everyone else is doing. And Mrs. Griggs kind of hesitated for a minute because, everybody does turkeys for Thanksgiving. And she said, sure, Ramona, go ahead. So now we're going to read. It's just going to be very short, 3 or 4 pages. And I hope you enjoy the end of the story. I have so enjoyed reading to you this year. Mrs. Griggs approved of her. Ramona smiled with relief and pretended to limp to her seat as her teacher closed the door. She no longer had to dread turkeys or her teacher. The class took out arithmetic workbooks, while Ramona began to count cowboy boots and butterflies and circled the correct number under the pictures. She was busy and happy in the private corner of her mind, planning improvements in her slipper. She would round the heel and toe. She would draw a nose with pink crayon and eyes, too, and cut 2 ears. Ramona's happy thoughts were interrupted by another, less happy thought. Her missing brown Oxford. What was her mother going to say when she came home without it? Tell her she was careless? Tell her how much shoes cost these days? Ask her why on earth she didn't go to school the usual way? Because I was feeling full of spunk, Ramona answered in her thoughts. Her father would understand. She hoped her mother would, too. Workbooks were collected. Reading circles were next. Prepared to attack words, Ramona limped to a little chair in the front of the room with the rest of her reading group. She felt so much better toward Mrs. Griggs that she was the first to raise her hand on almost every question, even though she was worried about her missing Oxford. The reader was more interesting now that her group was attacking bigger words. Fire engine, Ramona read to herself and thought, pow, I've got you, fire engine. Monkey, pow, I got you, monkey. The buzz of the little black telephone beside Mrs. Griggs' desk interrupted work in room 1. Everyone wanted to listen to Mrs. Griggs talk to the principal's office because they might hear something important. Yes, said Mrs. Griggs through the telephone. Yes, we do. With the receiver passed to her ear, she turned away from the telephone and looked at Ramona. Everyone else in room 1 looked at her too. Now what, thought Ramona, now what have I done? All right, said Mrs. Griggs to the telephone. I'll send her along. She replaced the receiver. Room 1. Most of all, Ramona waited. Ramona, your shoe is waiting for you in the office, said the teacher. When the dog's owner found it on the lawn, he brought it to school, and the secretary guessed it was a first grade size. You may be excused to go get it. Whew, thought Ramona in great relief as she limped happily off to the office. This day was turning out to be better than she had expected. She accepted her shoe, now interestingly scarred with tooth marks, from Mrs. Miller, the school secretary. My goodness, said Mrs. Miller, as Ramona shoved her foot into her shoe and tied the lace, still damp from being chewed, in a tight bow. It's a good thing your foot came out of your shoe when that dog got a hold of it. He must have had pretty big teeth. He did, Ramona assured the secretary. Great big teeth, like a wolf. He chased me. Now that Ramona was safe in her 2 shoes, she was eager for an audience. He chased me, but I took off my shoe and threw it at him, and that stopped him. Fancy that. Mrs. Miller was plainly impressed by Ramona's story. You took off your shoe and threw it right at him. You must be a very brave girl. I guess maybe I am, said Ramona, pleased by the compliment. Of course she was brave. She had scars on her shoe to prove it. She hoped her mother would not be in too much of a hurry to hide the tooth marks with fresh shoe polish. She hippity-hopped, paper slipper in hand, down the hall to show off her scars to room 1. Brave Ramona. That's what they would think. Just about the bravest girl in the first grade. And they would be right. This time Ramona was sure. So guys, that's the end of Ramona the Brave. I hope you've enjoyed it. I have enjoyed getting to know each and every one of you this year through either Read Aloud or through phonics or through our Mega Zooms on Friday. And I'm just so proud of you. I am proud of all the work you've done and everything you've accomplished this year. And you have one job for me. One job that I expect you to do. And if you don't, I'm going to come looking for you. Okay? Here's your job. Next year, when I'm back at Avery, I'm going to be teaching kindergarten. But your job is to see me, find me, say hello to me in the hallway, give a quiet wave. Don't get in trouble with your new 2nd grade teacher. But I cannot wait to meet all of you in person because I've seen your little faces and I've heard stories about you and I can't wait to see you in person. So next year, I'm expecting a quiet wave in the hallway when you see me. Okay? Guys, have a wonderful summer. More than any other class, you have earned it. And I will see you in the fall. Bye, guys.